Call it Harleys for the Holy. Later this afternoon, Faith will descend upon motorcycles from across the Garden State in an annual biker blessing. And this year, organizers are holding the event to deliver a very important message. Joining me now to tell us more is Reverend Dr. DeForest B. Soaries, Jr., who is the senior pastor of the First Baptist Church of Lincoln Gardens, who has also served as New Jersey's Secretary of State, and Daniel Worthey of the Goodfellows Motorcycle Club. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Well, thanks for having us.
First of all, how did this annual biker blessing come about?
Well, our church, Brenda, as you know, makes very little distinction between church and community. And so we've attempted to be a community church. All of our programs and services don't distinguish between members and non-members. And so the community, which includes my friend Daniel Worthey, who was a teenager when I met him, and stayed in the community, opened a barbershop across the street from the church, and then helped organize this motorcycle club. We embraced them as an extension of our church. It was their idea to have the motorcycle blessing, and it was our idea to co-sponsor with them to make it a big community event.
What does it mean to you to be a part of this event?
Well, to me, I love it because we bring together the community, and we can bring all people from all over the state, and we just love having the people out.
Reverend, this year the event has a very special meaning, too. What are the two issues that you're really focusing on?
Well, the major issue is violence. As you know, we have incidents of violence plaguing all of our urban areas. Nationally, we've seen horrific acts of violence, mostly committed by guns in schools, that have caused and provoked a response. And so we are demonstrating what a peaceful community looks like. We have blacks and whites, old and young, men, women, gay, straight, Christian, Muslim, coming together in an old-fashioned, traditional neighborhood way. And it really sends a message to young people in general that when violence is not plaguing a community, so many wonderful things can happen. Were it not for the kind of cooperation we have across various lines, we wouldn't be able to have these kinds of events. And so we really focus on violence. The other antithesis, as it were, is this image of the cyclist. It was Daniel and his crew, which have embraced me, by the way. He didn't tell me to bring my jacket. I have a jacket. I'm an honorary member of the Goodfellas, but they were plagued by this image of cycling, as if the old, you know, Hell's Angels, right, stereotype prevailed. And we feel that we have to confront the negative, but affirm the positive. And this motorcycle club, like many others, do community service. They ride for charity. It's really one of the fastest growing sports in the country.
We would never think of it that way, though. So what do you think of how other people think of you?
Well, we don't like the portrayal of bike clubs. They always think that we're all violent. We don't care about anyone but ourselves, but that's not true. We also get involved with the community. We talk to the kids, we bring the kids around, we talk to the people around the community. We bring the event, like the bike blessing we're bringing out this weekend. It's just a lot that we like to do for the people. It's not just bike club, it's our community first.
Do you also hear about the gun violence, especially since the Sandy Hook? Do you also hear those issues in the club, and then, of course, want to go out and address those issues?
Yes, I do, because I have a close friend of mine. He has been he got shot by someone unnecessary, put him in the hospital. He was very badly hurt and injured for that. He's been in the hospital about 6 months, back and forth. And, you know, we just don't tolerate that. We do not involve ourselves in that at all.
So what kind of impact has all this had on your immediate community and the church community?
Well, it stifled growth for years. When I became pastor First Baptist in 1990, I would find bullet shells in my parking space every Sunday morning, warring factions between various neighborhoods. Daniel grew up in that neighborhood, and our relationship really stemmed from our outreach to the young people who had been adversaries and then turned into allies, helping us redevelop hundreds of new homes, new businesses, in ways that we could not have had the violence persisted. And so the second objective that you referred to is that we're launching the 20th anniversary of our community development efforts and our Community Development Corporation.
So what are we going to see at the event today?
Well, we're going to see a lot of motorcycles. I mean, the types.
And don't be afraid when you see them.
I mean, 2-wheel, 3-wheel, 4-wheel, hoods. I mean, everything from Hondas to Mercedes-Benz.
And kids on them as well?
Kids on
Those
cycles.
small cycles.
Women on cycles.
Yes.
And stunts.
Yes.
What happens is people come voluntarily to show their skills, riding on their heads, riding on one wheel, and it becomes a community kind of, what would you call it, demonstration.
Yes.
Of unique skills. Free food. Free food. The church provides free food. People meet each other and greet each other, and there'll be vendors there who will show us various cutting-edge products for cycling.
When and where?
This is at 1 o'clock. As soon as we end service on Sunday at First Baptist, we go into the parking lot and we just flow right into the Biker Blessing from 1 until 5. And then around 2:30 we'll pause because there is really a blessing in the Biker Blessing. All of these cyclists from all of their backgrounds agree that there's a higher power than the motorcycle itself. And the blessing really is an annual effort to coalesce around asking God's blessing upon the cyclists, particularly since most of them will be going next week to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for this great big national motorcycle event. And we want to give New Jersey a great send-off in a very social and spiritual way.
Okay, thank you both for joining us. Next, one Girl Scout troop in the Garden State comes together to fight breast cancer. We'll see how their emotional video is making a real impact when we return. Stay tuned.